Hello. On behalf of Group 7, we would like to introduce the final project of the ENMF 503 Computer-Aided Design and Manufacturing course for the winter 2022 semester. My name is Winston Say, and working alongside my teammate Sumren Rao over the past few weeks, we present to you our project in engineering design and analysis with SolidWorks. The goals of this project involve gaining experience with the practice of using SOLIDWORKS. Mainly, the intention is to become familiar with engineering design and analysis functions. This focuses on practicing engineering methods and principles for solving complex problems in design and analysis. The design problem for this project is to create a product in SOLIDWORKS comprised of mechanical components. This will be done by employing various design, modeling, and analysis functions to the product. Evaluation of the design will be conducted to finalize the product. As a group, we chose to pursue the design of a quadcopter drone, which is pictured in this slide. A quadcopter drone falls under the category of an unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV. UAV aircraft can be operated without assistance of onboard crew members. Typically piloted remotely, these vehicles can range in size based on their applications and usage. Originally developed throughout the late 20th century for military applications, drone UAVs have become an essential asset to many areas and industries, such as aerial photography, forest fire monitoring, product delivery, agriculture, as well as surveillance, to name a few. Software tools such as SolidWorks come to the forefront in helping design and model these types of systems. Thus, choosing a drone made the most sense for us as a group. These systems make moderate use of various mechanical and electrical components. Furthermore, their designs can be chosen flexibly, as many variations and unique features can be added. In the table shown, the design parameters and characteristics are summarized for the drone. In the early stages of the design, the group decided upon creating a base or body that would be made out of steel plates. This was because of the unique appearance the drone could have. The open spaces that are provided for housing internal components, as well as the easy connections points available for other components. Essential components followed suit. This includes the battery pack to sit on top of the top plate, the 4 drone arms, and the propellers on the ends of each arm. A camera assembly could be implemented on the bottom plate, along with 2 sets of landing gear legs located on either side of the camera. Lastly, less crucial components such as the distribution board, electrical parts, and miscellaneous components like pins and connectors are included in our final design. Pictured here is an isometric view in SOLIDWORKS of the final drone assembly. Materials such as aluminum alloy, steel, and polycarbonate are assigned to each of the different components. Colors are arbitrarily chosen for purely aesthetic purposes, and the assembly was created by mating all individual parts together using pins, connectors, and coincident mating. Sizing was chosen within reason and tolerances, favoring a more generous size of the overall assembly. With the assembly complete, our group settled on a proposed set of advanced modeling and analysis functions to apply to the product. The selected analysis and advanced modeling functions are summarized in the table shown. From the available list of functions, it was important to choose a variety of ways to analyze and evaluate the drone. For analysis functions, static studies will be performed in SOLIDWORKS simulation to analyze the stress on various components. Design studies, also known as optimization, is also conducted in SOLIDWORKS simulation to optimize design parameters. Flow studies rounds out the choices of analysis for the drone. This includes flow over the propellers and then the flow over the entire drone assembly when placed in a wind tunnel. For the advanced modeling functions, freeform surface modeling is chosen. This will be applied to the battery pack component. Lastly, cost and sustainability analysis will be implemented as an insight into the manufacturability of a product. For our first advanced modeling function, the battery pack was chosen for freeform surface modeling. We chose the battery pack as it was a relatively simple component to model as a base, which could then be improved by adding freeform surfaces. The purpose of adding freeform surfaces includes aesthetic appeal, but may also improve the performance of the product as the battery pack sits at the highest point in the assembly. This can therefore affect the airflow over and around the product and provide smoother flow trajectories on the sides as well as the top of the part. The next aspect of advanced modeling is cost analysis. This was accomplished by using the costing function in SOLIDWORKS. The results that are computed from the tool provide information about the manufacturing costs for different parts of the drone. It also outputs an overall assembly cost in US dollars. This value was found to be $1,427.96. While the cost seems high, the generated report includes the bulk of the cost from manufacturing of the assembly rather than the material costs. The final modeling function is the sustainability analysis. Like the costing tool, sustainability is chosen in SOLIDWORKS and is simple to use. This function offers information on the environmental and material financial impacts for each component, as well as the assembly. Our group settled on various user inputs to obtain the report shown. This included assembly region, materials, transportation, energy consumption, product usage, and the end-of-life properties. These were all chosen with favor emphasized towards high sustainability. Shifting to SOLIDWORKS Advanced Analysis, the first function we chose is static studies. Pictured in the slide is the stress analysis performed on the landing gear leg. This component was chosen since it sustains a moderate degree of stress to support the rest of the drone. The analysis revealed the high concentrations of stress shown in red near the top of the legs on both sides. The maximum von Weiss's stress value was 4.595 times 10 to the power of 4 psi, which was well below the yield strength of the steel material selected for the part with a safety factor of 1.11. Continuing on with static studies, the top plate component pictured in the slide was also chosen. This plate is centrally located on the assembly and has 8 holes for pin connections of the 4 arms. Fixing the central hole of the part and carrying out the analysis, the maximum von Mises stress value was found to be 7.859 times 10 to the power of 4 psi, with the concentration occurring in the holes as expected. This value was also well below the maximum yield strength of steel with a factor of safety of 1.14. The next analysis function is design studies or optimization. The goal of the study is to minimize the width of the propeller arms and minimize the drone's weight. The requirements were set to be a maximum stress of less than 62 megapascals and the arm width set to be between 5 and 15 millimeters. The result was the optimized width of 15 millimeters, with an arm weighing 101.054 grams and a maximum stress of 5.1273 times 10 to the power of 7 pascals and a safety factor of 1.21. Flow studies was the next analysis method selected. For the first part, our group focuses on the propeller flow trajectory. The rotation was set to 250 rotations per minute, and the drone typically travels at a velocity of 40 meters per second. The flow trajectory is then modeled and pictured on the slide. Furthermore, the propeller flow study revealed a constant blade surface pressure gradient, shown in blue. This is further explained by the constant angle of attack across the propeller blade. To conclude the flow analysis, the entire drone assembly is placed in a wind tunnel to study trajectories across the entire product. The dimensions of the tunnel lids and walls are adjusted to 800 millimeters by 800 millimeters and 5 meters in length to enclose the assembly. The velocity boundary conditions are assumed as 40 meters per second and atmospheric air is set around the drone. The results shown in the slide reveal the high velocity orange and red lines of the airflow. Wrapping up the findings from the modeling and analysis, future improvements and modifications can be considered. The propeller and arm components were seen to have a very high manufacturing cost due to the required machinability. Therefore, simplifying the design as well as reducing the dimensions would help save costs. For sustainability, the reports that were generated can offer many insights. This include aspects such as the region of assembly, potentially improving the product to be manufactured locally, as well as utilizing different forms of transportation more efficiently. Lastly, obtaining better estimates of energy usage and the end-of-life parameters can be implemented during the earlier design stages. And that wraps up our presentation. Thank you for listening.